I
What do you mean? Okay. We're up to above, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's share this screen here. Okay, חיים אנו מהציורים הרוחניים שבשאיפה של נשמת האומה. We live with the spiritual depictions which are in the ambition of the soul of the nation. כל מקום שניצוצות are לא לגנוזים. Any place where these sparks of light are hidden. שם הננו מקושרים אליו. There we are connected to it. בקשר של נשמה. In the bond of his soul. של חיים. Of life, Shokova say to the soul of life of all of our existence. Benche Makom Zeh Makom Mamashi, whether this place is a actual tangible place, Midas Oretz. I guess he means in a land measure. Benche, in other words, it takes up actual space. Benche Amasim Shetzim Alelu Kumusim Yisodam. Whether these deeds, which are depicted in these um, in these Tziyurim Ruchanim are hidden in their source. Or whatever source they come from, or whatever thoughts they have, whether they're tangible or intangible, if they are Tziyurim Ruchanim, if they are the ambition, manifestation of the ambition of the soul of the nation, they are significant. Sifim Alalu, and here's a kind of play of words. Sif is a branch, right? So he says, he wants to cut off these branches. Actually, it's not smart to play words. It's just a statement. Mishim Might is somebody who diminishes their strength, as Kvodam, their honor, Chashibusam, and their significance, and Slenu, by us. Hareim Might as Leshet Chayenu. He diminishes the moisture of our lives. The sustenance of our lives. So and we rise up against him in all the might of our strength. Okay, I'm not sure what Siyum Ruchanim he's talking about, but it sounds like he's talking about any type of aspiration which Am Yisrael has is significant and in a positive way, and you can't diminish it, and then you can't diminish its honor and its significance. And we close Sasha Torah, Aksuba Misora, and the general principle of Torah, whether it's written or verbal or oral law, Vihis Targus, Kol Anafel, and in the intertwining of all of its branches, Safun Atzia Ruchani is hidden the highest form of spiritual depiction, Umakari, and the original form, Shal Chevetz Uma, of the desire of the nation. On account of the quest of its life, which is the higher quest. In a way which illuminates in general understanding of the nation and the expansion of the station understanding. In its logical thoughts. In the modes of its lectures. In the outcomes of its perspectives. Avaya on existence, alakus on divinity. I don't know whether that's in parentheses. You have parentheses?
No.
Alakus. I don't know what here it is. Alam on the world, al adam on man, al yachid on the individual, al chevra on the society, al tov on the good, al aran and bad, al chaim, al mavis on the life and on death. Kol shavona toris miskaleya. The more that the understanding cognition from a Torah perspective is revealed in the nation, becomes more and more concretized, more and more founded. But it says Yosef Nishmasa Bekirba. Does that say Nishmasa by you?
Yes.
Okay, Nishmasa. That because the Shaka is more and more embedded in it. Misader. And the power of its life goes uplift and becomes more powerful. The deeds are just material bases. And the true topic here is Shateoria Gedola Azos Manachas Bam Es Otsosel, which is a great theory places its treasures. Ukfi osa mida shetisga theories and the extent to which the theoretical understanding grows. But Galus Erica and the greatness of its evaluation. Chayosivelis notates it's going to cause more light to spark in the midst of the nation. The entire nation. Ora chavui, the hidden light, Hashem Masim Kulam, which is in all the good deeds, will become revealed. Midas and the meat of glory in Judaism will become revealed. Shebeadus Masis, that meat which is in practical Judaism, because Chol Elokim, and Mav has helped in its strength to God. So two things here. First of all, Rav Kook is saying that any Jewish ambition is a holy ambition. Anything doesn't matter, right? Because ultimately, since Am Yisrael is righteous people, so therefore everything they do is every thought they have is really righteous, right? Amekulam tzadikim. So all the thoughts are tzidkus. Now, he's also saying more than that. He's saying that there's a I'm not sure how to even put this. There's a tiferes in what they intend. In other words, it's not just they intend to shame Shemaim. Okay, that would be something in of itself. But no. You have to follow through and use those thoughts to accomplish something. Because those thoughts, as distorted as you might think they are, they really have something deep inside them which is legitimate. Okay, say that because this is repeat the line again. Kifio Sami Dashi Nisgadel have or not terrorists, the deeper the theoretical understanding will become, because they're caught in the greatness of its value. Chaos, even say it's a Kerem Makula or a Chavui, they'll start sparkling in the nation, the hidden light, Asher Masim Kula, which is in all the deeds. Nisgala Midas Tifer Shemiadu Samasis, we call Elokim. That's going to bring out the Midas Tiferis, right? So take classic Rav Kook example, right? That soccer game, right? That's Tiferes Yisrael. Don't think it's not Tiferes Yisrael. You might think that's not Tiferes Yisrael. Okay, yeah, but they might think soccer is holy, but it's and Ashreim that they think it's holy. Say no, it is holy. It's a Tiferes for Am Yisrael. Now I don't know, if it means it literally that let's go out now and play soccer, or it means that the drive to play soccer isn't of itself something which is a Tiferes. But I'm not making this up. He says it's a Tiferes for Am Yisrael. So every time, obviously even Rav Kook can't say this extends to every single ambition of every single person, even the biggest lowlife in Klal Yisrael. Would make no sense. What?
I think he's talking in a more general sense, talking about the
right
the thoughts of the nation, the national thoughts, rather than the
right.
individual.
So he's not talking about okay. No, that's fine, and that's I think the idea. It's not talking about individuals. Individuals may be stinkers, but if you have a trend, so that trend you have to pay attention to. Okay, which I think is what you're saying. To those who are going to, the life is going to trip them up in their walk. They're not going to get there. And they won't be able to gather the strength to go with their spiritual depictions. And then they will fly away the ambitious spirit to bring them into fruition. Okay, so something might happen on your way. Obviously, the soccer game is not probably a good example of what he's saying because he's talking about much more, highfalutin stuff than playing a soccer game. Talking about meta goals and stuff like that. But sometimes people fail. They don't follow. They can't fill up with that tzir ruchanim. They get what happens is the ruach hashoef, the ambitious spirit, right, gets overextended. They get burnt out. Then this will bring about confusion and different positions. Amitzi, people are powerful in their spirit. You don't really say, yes, life is liable to give birth to disease. But it also might come back to full health. Everybody's support, he's connected to life support. He still has faith. Ideally, my Karim, his precious ideals, which are hidden deep inside the hiding places of the deeds. They have to be brought out into light by taking form in activities. Hence, interesting, taking form in activities, right? His gamus normally means to take form physically. You say, no. There are activities which emanate from these shifros ruchnim, which are the practical manifestation of them, and not necessarily exactly the way you thought of it, but rather, some aspect of it. But they're there. These they're supposed to create this great light. They have to who made all the darkness of life. The darkness is very great and very expansive. We can't say about them. Says that we can never say them. Since the darkness is so great, we can never say that somebody completed his work, right? But it doesn't mean you're going to complete it. Nigmaru that they finished and they came to their attestation. They're being honored for having accomplished it. No, it doesn't. It's always in process. We won't forsake the flag. We're going to carry it with love. Before we'll bring out into fruition and practice in our deeds as a machshava. It's a great thought of a Kosh Baruch Hu in creating this Jewish soul. As the nation has done ever since it began to perceive itself as a society, supposed to individuals. If the tolerance which is required is so heavy because of all the extended days of ghosts, the goal is worthwhile. Let's say to bear a burden for it. We've already left the category of the childish nations who are frivolous in their thought. Who reject, deliberate activity if they don't get benefit from it. What?
Hinenu.
Sorry. Bedas Beregesh Ishim Balei. Mevurachim. It probably should be right. Mevurachim?
No, Mevucharim I have.
Mevucharim. Okay. So we are the firstborn with intellect and with emotion. Intellect and emotion. Personal emotion, completely. We know, we're experts at surfing this stuff. We know how to live. Elisa, at the bear with a tranquil heart, and a mighty desire. It's all chaim, the burn of life, for the great purpose. Even though now it's hidden, so far it's going to be revealed. So we're treading water till it's revealed, but we have this emunah that we're supposed to use these things in every way we can to try and enhance our ruchnius and Am Yisrael's ruchnius and the world's ruchnius. Yaakov was saying, Yachim B'Shem say that Adherents and ambition Magmalia for this lofty goal. Like Siklu Masa as the Yisod Masi. We have bear opposite it the practical basis. If our strength falters, and the burden of practicality, which is waiting to be uh, rejuvenated. Bigolos bo vayador ideali hagadol when there's revealed in it and through it the light of the great idealism. Yevameshach has money kfar kaved yosem midai. Sometimes it's going to be during the course of history too heavy to bear. Minekish l'nosham because of the failure of the nation. So, and this makes any person's individual responsibility less. Let's seek out proper counsel based on the spirit of the soul of the nation itself. Based on the pathway of Torah in its wholeness. To lighten the burden in this manner. So the spiritual depiction should not desist in the activities of its ambition. Even a moment, because of the necessary weakening. I'm not sure what he means by that. I guess it means we have to sometimes do things to keep hope alive. We should keep hope alive through that, not just around it.
No, I mean, it's inevitable that ideas, when they first are brought to bear, so they're very, everybody's excited about it, but eventually there's a sort of a letdown if it's in trying to bring it to fruition, it doesn't always go as you thought it might go.
Right. Yeah.
My microphone just switched here.
Okay, we're back. When we damage this idea, when we distance ourselves, by immersing ourselves in the smallness of normal life. Most of life is small. It's kind of a harsh statement, Brad of Cook. Most of life is small, mundane, humdrum, boring sometimes. Unless you're a person who's on drugs, I don't think you're necessarily going to be always on a high. I mean, it can't be. And he knows that too. So he says that, but he's saying here that there is this idea of shikua getting mired in a quagmire of mundane life, which is much
This
worse
is
than
what the
just
Mesilas Yesharim talks about. We're always torrid in doing things. We're busy.
right. Right. So
Too busy. Too busy.
so this you get distance miromus and machshavos from the loftiness of the higher thoughts. Shemachos maasim magdolim, which generate the great deeds, and bring them to inception. And the great deeds are they are embedded in the great deeds. With a tremendously divine hiddenness. So then, if you give up hope from being transcendent, then everything is going to be damaged. The value is diminished, and their glory becomes more and more extinguished. Till they become revealed in a in a manner which is negative. Ketzef is like annoying, anger. Hamaras Kapeda, which causes there to be a reciprocal annoyance, Vishmon and desolation. Instead of the power and majesty which is normally there, the way they should be clothed. And that's when the machshavos are pushed away by smallness, and the deeds are pushed away. I guess because they're not done properly. The idea goes away. To the point that it becomes a weak thought. Which then the cynics will say, look, what are you dreaming about? It's ridiculous. Right? They'll all degrade him. Call Ish Maaseh. Any practical person would say you're just a dreamer. What you're thinking about is distant from life. You don't have enough strength to impact on them. Claim tell truthful umas masavayom zed to find an antidote for this terrible situation. Umas machlosos opposite this great illness. Hochel zestek sobos asher l'chaim, which eats the two poles of life. And automatically the inside also gets collapses. We have to make every attempt we can to preserve it. These to make them find the precious and to fortify them. But not just to stand in this category. We won't accomplish anything in our toil. If don't join together with the liveliness of deeds, as the flying to the idea which is hidden in them. Our mitzvah just do remain by habit. Love actually, it's not just they won't even have an impact. This way they will diminish the idea because it makes everything mundane, humdrum, like we said. But so eventually the diminished idea will be destroyed, and there are no more deeds being done. But we can't be frightened by those who cause us to be frightened by not let our spirits, our thoughts soar. They said we're trying to get up without a ladder. Locate, it's not true. So we have a ladder which goes down to the ground, and its head goes up to the sky. The light in our souls, but in the shama of the total nodal number of Jews, and the shama of this specific group. I show you this rare which become very properly aroused by the light of Kabbalah. The secrets of Torah will be able to help us accomplish this. So basically, Rav Kook is saying that we got to pay attention to we said our trends, and to find those trends in deeds, find the positive, strengthen it, and if we can't do that, at least we have to keep alive whatever we can. But is the point that says very cool. I'm ready to get controversial. I'm saying the name of Kook. I'm ready to get controversial. I'm going to tell you that there's no machshava, any masa which doesn't have some kernel of goodness to it. It's just not always apparent. You have to look for it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right.
Beautiful piece.
Yes. So hopefully HaKadosh Baruch will help us in the coming year to bring out our, as you said, our
potential.
Tzur Ruchanim. Where was it?
Right.
Okay, so I think next week is Rosh Hashanah, so Mir week after next.
Yes.
Okay, good
bench the yard. Thank you so much for a great year of learning.
Okay, my pleasure.
Amen. Okay, bye.
Bye.